Good Vibrations, the movie, is based on my stories. The stories of Terri Hooley. The troubles in Belfast are just the background of the movie, because there's been that many bad movies made about the troubles in Belfast, but it's just about myself, who I used to work for Kodak, and one night I came out of work and 3 guys jumped out of a car with guns and tried to grab me in the car, and 2 guys that hated me jumped in and saved my life. And I just decided there and then, well, before I die, I'm going to set up a record shop. And I set up a record shop in the most bombed half mile in Europe, where the Europa Hotel was, where all the international journalists stayed, so the IRA were always trying to blow it up to get maximum publicity. And I decided to set up this shop and call it Good Vibrations, which was ironic. I must have been completely mad at the time. It just was the most ridiculous idea in the world. And then after the shop was opened, there was this kid came in, a guy called Cordy-Owens, and he told me about this punk gig. So I went down with some old hippie friends, and I went down to the gig, and the first band that were on were the Outcasts, and I didn't like the Outcasts at all. But the second band that were on were a band called Rudi, and I just loved them. So later that night I went up to them and I said to them about making a record, and we put it out. So my idea was to try and put Northern Ireland back in the music map. It was never really about being a record label or stuff. Just wanted to let people know that there was something happening, which was energetic, because it had the same energy of like the bands that I went to see, like them. And being an old hippie anarchist, I thought, well, you didn't listen to us in the 60s. Look what you've got now. So punk was my hippie's revenge on the world, really. I couldn't believe when the Troubles came, how quickly Belfast became so ghettoised. And then the paramilitaries controlled their own areas. They completely controlled the areas. You didn't do anything without their permission. So to be a punk in those days was a very brave thing, because it meant you were standing up against the paramilitaries. You weren't taking sides and stuff. So when we got the Harp Bar open, and it was great to see all the kids coming down, because there was a ring of steel around the Belfast city centre. And you didn't see anybody there, and nobody used Belfast city centre at night. It was the only capital city in Europe where people didn't go into city centre. So you would see the police and the army and behind the ring of steel, and very few people. Maybe a few office workers going in, or journalists going to the Telegraph or something. But then you saw the police and the army and the punks. It was really the punks that opened up the nightlife again. And the kids used to have to fight their way sometimes to go to the Harp Bar and fight their way home. So punks very much were my heroes, and still are my heroes. In fact, the Belfast City Council put up a plaque recently where the Harp Bar used to be, for myself and the punks for their role in the, opening up, putting Belfast back on the international music stage. I'm not an angel. I don't come out in the film as an angel, and I like that. I've seen so many bad films made about people I know, you know, but this one's fairly accurate. I mean, the big thing is that we had a lot of film footage, and a lot of photographic evidence, and it was great, because all the bands, like Greg out of Outcasts, and Brian out of Rudi, and all, they all had an input in it, and there was plenty of people to tell the story, and everybody knew the story was quite well known. So the film is, you know, really very accurate. I wanted to come to Glasgow Film Festival, so I did, and I put up on my Facebook, 5,000 people on my Facebook, the one place I want to go and see the film is in Glasgow. And I hope the film will go down fairly well tonight. I mean, the film's won Best Audience Reaction and Best Irish Feature at the Galway Film Festival. It won Best Audience Reaction at the Belfast Film Festival, which I would have been worried if it hadn't. And we've beat a lot of, it wasn't a big budget film, but we've managed to win awards and beat a lot of films that had a budget 5 times larger than ours. So I'm very proud of the film, so I am, and it's great. And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it tonight. So.